if you've been watching the news or you pay attention to real estate, then you might know on Friday, the National Association of Realtors, NAR, dropped a bomb on the industry. Now, I've kept my mouth shut all weekend, and I really kept telling myself, stay focused, be quiet, don't say a word, because I really feel like it's all of these opinions and outbursts that have gotten us into trouble in the first place. But I just wanted to address a couple of things because there's been a lot said in the media and a lot of misconceptions and a lot of really terrible and ugly headlines, portraying realtors as the devil and cockroaches and, maybe we'll survive the nuclear holocaust, maybe that's a silver lining. But I just wanted to set the record straight and let everybody know that despite the NAR settlement, despite the headlines, Trish Wolf Realtor and the Wolf Pack, my team, we are going to keep doing what we do. And it's business as usual over here. We are going to continue to fight for every client. We're going to make sure that your bottom line is just as fat as it possibly could be. We're going to make sure that you're reaching your real estate goals. And that has not changed, and it's not going to change. And I don't care what a settlement says. Now, is there questions about compensation and how will we get paid? And who knows? I don't know all the answers, and I'm not going to try to speculate here, even though I would love to. But again, right. So just know that no matter what, we're here. We're going to continue to fight the good fight, and we're always going to have your best interest at heart. Now, if you want to hang in with me a little while longer, I'll continue down the rabbit hole just a wee bit, because here are my concerns. My concerns are mainly, and I know that things are going to change. They're going to have to change because in the settlement as it stands, there is a huge risk of veterans using VA loans not being able to utilize representation. In a VA loan, they are forbidden to pay out anything out of pocket for any kind of real estate fees. So if they are not allowed to compensate a realtor, I don't know how they'll have representation. So that is a problem that needs to be addressed right away. And that goes for some FHA loans and also USDA. So that's a concern. The other thing is that before, and I don't know how much you guys know about commission compensation for realtors. Let me just give you a quick background history of that. But we completely work, we work on commission 100%, but we work on spec, like literally spec, which means we do not get paid unless we sell a house. I could show somebody 100 houses. Unless we buy a house together and we close on that house, I do not get paid. There's no other profession in the world that works for literally hundreds of hours on the hopes maybe they'll get paid someday. It doesn't happen. So when they say that realtors are glorified secretaries, that we're paper pushers, that we're money grubbing trolls, whatever, it's wrong. It's wrong. And I would never complain. And I know that you'll see some realtors out there that complain, oh, look at the 100 things I do in a day, blah, blah, blah. They're not lying. They're not wrong. We do 100,000 things in a day. Look at my desk. My desk tells the tale. But I work probably 12 to 14 hours a day. I work 7 days a week because the weekends are when most of my phone calls come in. Every day, I joke about this, but it's true. Every day to me is a Monday. The weekend makes no difference. Every day is a Monday. I'm working just as hard on a Saturday as I am on a Wednesday. Doesn't matter, but I love it. And that's why I never complain. I love it, love it, love it. I was totally cut out for this because I will do my happy dance when we're at the closing table and my seller just made $60,000 above list price. I love that. When I have a seller who bought a house last year, but we sold it this year and they make $100,000, I love it. When I represent a buyer and they had terrible credit and they never thought they'd get into a house and I help them build their credit, introduce them to a lender, help negotiate inspections, Maybe the appraisal came in low, so then we renegotiated that. Or shoot, maybe the first lender that they had, 1-800-GET-A-LOAN, crapped the bed, and a week before closing, I introduced them to a new lender, pivot, roll, juggle balls, get to the closing table on time still. Like, I love that because I like problem solving. I like helping people. I'm great at communication. So these are just skills that I have that I love to use. And that's what makes me a good real estate agent. Now, is every real estate agent wired the same as me? No, we are not created equal, but still, if you're working and putting in the hours, we have to get paid, you guys. Like, we are not Mr. Krabs, Scrooge McDuck swimming in our $100 bills. Yes, we make a good living, but man, we work hard. And I don't think people understand that. And we also have a lot of expenses. Not only are we, belonging to several different, MLSs or, real estate associations, NAR, thank you, NAR. But we have to have our Supra key. We've got to have a car that's, transport worthy, signs, business cards, marketing. Not to mention that we don't get taxes withheld. So at the end of the year, we're usually paying like 35-40% taxes because we're 1099. Like our brokerage fees, our brokerage splits. I mean, just everything. And so yeah, we get paid well, but we got a lot of expenses. And more than that, we take a lot of risk. We have the riskiest job. I mean, I'm not talking physical risk, of course, like cops and nurses and doctors and firefighters. Yes, that's not the kind of risk. I'm talking financial, emotional risk because I had a buyer that I showed houses to for a year and a half. And then she walked into an open house one day, found the house, wrote the offer with the listing agent. I didn't get paid. That's the life we live, you guys. So when you see the headlines, I'm not asking for your pity. I'm just asking that everybody out there just kind of consider that we are not those people. I'm not saying there's not those people in the real estate industry. The lawsuit came around for a reason, but that's not the majority of realtors. The majority of realtors that I know are ethical and caring and sympathetic. And a lot of times we work for free because we just want our buyers or our sellers to get to the closing table, and we will give whatever we can give to get the job done. We have to make a living, and it is okay if I get paid for my time. And I'm not going to apologize. I do make good money doing it, but I cannot be portrayed as the devil because I am making money for the hard work I put in every day. I just hope that the VA will get their act together, that some of the other loan programs will get their acts together and get caught up because they're only giving us until mid-July to implement the new world order. And that is not a lot of time for some of these big entities, coming out of Washington, D.C. or, out of the VA. I mean, are they going to be able to keep up that fast? I don't know. I hope so for VA borrowers' sakes. But if not, the only suggestion I have is to hurry up and buy your houses before July. Call me. We'll get you that house before July, before the world ends. But all I know is that I'm going to do my very best to work through it and continue to buy and sell houses. And we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be fair to everybody. We'll make it work.